afternoon, my gorgeous humans. How we doing and how we feeling today? Okay, so today is the 14th of November. Just right now, I'm gonna do the my review for Red Taylor's version. From Taylor Swift. I was gonna do it on Friday, but things came along, and I went to Pal Norte, the music festival here in Monterrey. So, yeah, here we go. We're gonna do it right now on the 14th of November, as I already said. But it's still Red Week. We're ending the week with the thing where we were waiting for, the review of Red, Taylor's version, or TV for short. Okay, so I mean, who doesn't love Red, right? It's a really, particular album in Taylor's discography. It was released back in 2012, the original one, 9 years ago. Wow, that's a long time. And yeah, I mean, it's a sad album, with the context of it. The Jake Gyllenhaal thing and all that jazz. But we have some bops like 22 and We're Never Ever Getting Back Together. And you can go on. I Knew You Were Trouble. But we're sensing a pattern here. We have like a lot of tracks that talk about kind of the same thread, go along the same thread. Breakup, resentment and stuff like that. So, okay. So this album is 30 songs long. And I'm just going to preface this by saying, as I said with Fearless TV, I don't appreciate, well, I do appreciate, but at the same time, 30 songs is quite a lot. I mean, it's 2 hours and 10 minutes. We can do with less, with way less. But it's Taylor, so we're gonna give her a pass for that because she always delivers. She always delivers. Especially because the original album I believe is 21 songs long, and the vault songs are actually 9 this time. So in comparison to Fearless TV, which was I think 26 track album. And there were, I think, 6 vault songs. Yeah. So now there are 9 vault songs and 21 original track songs. I'm sorry, tracks. What am I saying? Okay, so here we go. So we start off. Sorry, I can't speak. We start out. Voice crack. Sorry. Okay, pull it together. Here we go. Okay, so we start out the album with State of Grace, as it was with the original. And State of Grace is actually one of my top tracks. In a moment, I'll say my ranking of the standard tracks and the vault tracks, just so you know, heads up. But yeah, okay, so State of Grace is a really good way to start the album. I mean, what a way to kick off the album. What a way to set the tone. It's a really beautiful song. And then we go to Red, and it's like, okay, Red is the title track. We already know this song. It's a really sad song. Loving Him was red, Missing You was blue. Missing You, I think, Losing You, sorry, it was Losing You was blue like I had never known. Fun fact, kind of random, but I once posted a photo of mine from Cozumel with that caption, blue like I had never known, talking about the ocean. I'm very analytical. I'm really deep, I would say. With I dissect lyrics and I interpret them through my life, through my experiences or what I'm living at the moment. Or it can be something as simple as that, the ocean is blue and whatnot. Okay, but Red is a really sad song. The guitar, everything, just gives off that vibe, that sad vibe. But okay, so let's go on to Treacherous, which is another solid song. These are all bops. O sea, I'm sorry, I spoke in Spanish. I mean, they're all really solid tracks. Taylor has has a gift, should I say, for giving us bops. They can be, happy, sad, something in between. But this album, yeah, it's kind of sad, knowing the context of it. I don't know the whole story. I'm not the biggest Swiftie. I am a Swiftie, but I don't know everything, that goes on behind the scenes. So obviously, so yeah. So then we go to I Knew You Were Trouble. And I Knew You Were Trouble is, oh my god, it's so good. It's such a bop. I have loved that song ever since 2012, when I first heard it. 9 years ago. Oh my god, almost 10 years. I'm getting old. Yeah, I was in high school. I was starting high school, and it's a bop. It's simply bop. And obviously it talks about I knew you were trouble. I knew you were a bad time, bad idea. You weren't. There were red flags everywhere. So yeah. Then we go to All Too Well, and in a moment we're gonna talk about the 10-minute version. Just the song, because I have yet. I know I terrible timing, but I have yet to see the short film. Actually, my best friend Camila, shout out to Camila, she told me that she was moved, by the short film. Like, it's really sad, So yeah, it's really something special with Dylan O'Brien starring, and that other chick. I don't remember her name. I think Sadie. Yeah, Sadie. So, I'm gonna see it today after I record this. Later, in another episode, maybe I'll comment on it a little, maybe. So yeah, All Too Well. It's a sad song. It's a sad song everywhere, from whichever angle you see it from. It's pretty sad. Like, I knew it all too well that you were gonna, dump me, leave me. It can be also with a friendship. I've experienced, toxic friendships that obviously they're not my friendships anymore. They're not my friends anymore. So I can relate to that, but also, with an ex fling, we had a good time, but we had a falling out, and it didn't work out, and I was like, a little sad. It's normal. But okay, so then we go to 22. So this is simply a bop, a happy bop. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22. Actually, when I turned 22, I was like, I put that as my caption on my birthday post on Instagram. So yeah, Taylor, thank you for giving us this bop, as with 15. Then we go to I Almost Do. We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together. That's a really relatable song also. Stay, Stay, Stay. That's also one of my highlights the last time. Okay, I'm gonna go through this a little quicker because there are 30 songs. Okay, let's skip right to Everything Has Changed featuring Ed Sheeran. So, okay, this song, I mean, Taylor, Tay and Ed Sheeran go like, a really solid mix together. They mesh really well, their voices, their songwriting skills, their styles, everything. And I mean, they're besties, so it works out perfectly. Then we go to Starlight. Okay, Starlight is actually one of my top songs as well. So then we go to, let's skip right to Girl at Home, another solid track, one of my favorites. Then, okay, we skip right to the vault songs. So we have, okay, Better Man, Nothing New featuring Phoebe Bridgers. Sorry, Bridgers. Um, Phoebe Bridgers is, I appreciate her music. You know, I haven't heard almost anything from her, but I will definitely check out some of her music, some more of her music after, you know, I do this review. I'm done with this, after I'm done with this review, should I say. Okay, so, sorry, just some water. So where were we? We were okay. So then we have, okay, let's skip right to I Bet You Think About Me featuring Chris Stapleton. You know, I'm reading the vault tracks just so you know. I don't know if I mentioned that, but okay. Chris Stapleton, we talked about him on the last episode with the CMAs. You know, he's a country star, one of the brightest country stars right now. So I love that Taylor included him in this album, you know, in this reimagined version. So then we have Forever Winter, another cute song. That's Taylor by herself. Then we had Run featuring Ed Sheeran, another Ed Sheeran collab. The Very First Night, and last but not least, All Too Well, the 10-minute version from The Vault. So, okay, I'm gonna go right to the beginning again, but bear with me. I'm just gonna say my ranking of the songs. So, okay, I made a short rankings because there are 30 songs to pick from. I have to make myself selective. So, okay, standout tracks we have at the very top. My favorite song, number 1, is Girl at Home. Then number 2, State of Grace. Number 3, Starlight. Love that song. Number 4, I Knew You Were Trouble. And number 5, Red. That can be a little basic, but as you can see, a single of an album almost never makes it to the top of my rankings because, you know, as I play them more and more and more, I grow tired of them. So, but, you know, since it's Taylor's version, they're reimagined, so I have yet to grow tired of them. So then we have standout tracks from the vault tracks. So first of all, we have Run featuring Ed Sheeran. Number 2, Better Man. Number 3, Nothing New featuring Phoebe Bridgers. Number 4, The Very First Night, really cute song. And number 5, All Too Well 10-minute version. Why am I putting it at the bottom? Because at the bottom of the top 5, not the 9 vault tracks, because you know, it's 10 minutes long. I don't do 10-minute songs. I really don't. I mean, it has to be really something special for me to hear, because 10 minutes is quite a lot for a song. I mean, I'm used to 2, 3, 4-minute songs, at the most 5 or 6. But you know, 10 is really stretching it. I mean, yeah. Okay, so let's dissect the album a little bit. So, okay. So what else can we say about the album? So, the album, let's see. It's really deep. Honestly, it's a really deep album, really sad album, you know, as I already mentioned. We're Taylor. I mean, at least she's happy right now. But, you know, at the time of this album, making of this album, she wasn't. She really wasn't. So, I mean, good for her for, you know, being able to put this out again, reimagined, and, you know, re-edited, remastered, everything, all the re's. But what else can we say about this album? I like the mix of sad songs. I do love me some sad music. That sounds a little weird, but that's true. And I like the mix of sad songs and bops, happy bops like 22. I don't know which which other one. Maybe Starlight. But then we have songs like The Moment I Knew, and that's like, oh my god, that's really, 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 really sad. Um, and Sad, Beautiful, Tragic also. The Last Time, Stay, Stay, Stay. Even though it sounds happy, Stay, Stay, Stay. Even though it sounds happy, it's not really happy, at least from my understanding. Okay, so what can we conclude about this album? So we can say that it's a really solid 30 track album. However, it is pretty long. So if you don't have patience to hear a 30 track album, then I suggest you just skim through it. I mean, listen to the first song, State of Grace, then Red, then go from there and, skip the ones that maybe you don't gravitate towards. That's what I would do. I did listen to the whole thing, to review it, but if you don't have the patience to hear every single song, then do that. Skip the ones that maybe you are not very gravitating towards, and stuff like that. So, okay. So, finally, is the new album, is Red Taylor's version better than the OG Red? Obviously, yes. I mean, it's a really solid album, all around. It is better because, I mean, how can it not be? I know that sounds like dumb, but what am I trying to say? Okay, it is better because Taylor took her time and put a lot of effort into it, to make this version better, more special, more meaningful, more to make it feel like a moment in pop culture history. It actually already broke I believe it already broke, I read on Spotify's IG that it already broke the record. Yes, it broke the record for the most streamed album by a female artist on Spotify on its opening day. So congrats to Taylor. Really great feat. So yeah, it is better. And also the vault tracks, the vault tracks are making each Taylor's version album way better, because there are more songs. It adds to the whole feel of it. And yeah, and it also in this case we have guest artists like Ed Sheeran, Phoebe Bridgers, and Chris Stapleton. So that's really good. Okay, so finally, now it is the final thing. What score do I give Red Taylor's version? I give Red Taylor's version a very generous and very solid 4.5 out of 5 stars. Okay, guys, so that's it for my review of Red Taylor's version. I really enjoyed making this review. Really enjoyed revisiting Red, and really enjoyed, everything that she added. I didn't mention it, but I mentioned it on Fearless, Taylor's version, that the maturity in her voice right now really adds a lot of new elements to the songs. The vault tracks, the 15-minute short film from All Too Well 10-minute version, All Too Well 10-minute version in and of itself, everything. So yeah, Taylor really did something really special here. Can't wait to hear what she comes out with next, whether it be a brand new album, or I hope it is, or I could be happy with another Taylor's version album, but whatever she puts out, I'll be there and I'll review it. So okay, so that's it for my review. tune in tomorrow, because tomorrow I'll be doing a recap of my experience at Pal Norte. Pal Norte 2021, 2021, this year. I went, it was this Friday and Saturday, and it was really, really fun. But I'll talk about it more on tomorrow's episode, so tune in for that. So, anyways, guys, thank you so much for listening always. Thank you so much for your continued support on Pop and Bop. Really happy to be doing this. Really enjoying it. So, we're only gonna go far from here, mark my words. Save the streets. And I'm Emilio Fernandez. This has been Pop and Bop, and thank you for listening. Goodbye.